Hey everyone, this is Angie at Stampin' with Amore. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a super quick and easy treat box. So this is for a birthday, but you can use it for any occasion. But I love this little cupcake. In fact, this time I'm going to show you two ways to do this cupcake. A super quick and easy way, and also I'm going to color with my Ohu markers because I love these markers and I just love the look of coloring these. So yeah, I'm going to do it a couple ways to show you one really easy way. So this is just holding it open. This is a flip top box. This will flip up. I'll show you that when we get to it. I just don't want to undo my really pretty bow here because you know how I am with bows. But anyway, this is what I'm sharing today, so let's get started with that. I'm changing the color up. If you know, I like to do that to give you other ideas. So I'm using Peach Pie. This is another one of our new in colors. This one is Shy Shamrock. And then this one is Peach Pie. So the piece you'll need for this is going to be 6.5 by 8. And then you need 2 pieces to mat it. And one piece is 2 3/8 by 4 7/8. And one piece is 2 1/4 by 1 3/8. I cut out a circle from my Stylish Shapes. This is a 2-inch circle, about 2 1/4 inch circle. And then for the sentiment, I'm just using a scrap piece of basic white. The stamp sets that I'm using for this is the Pocket Thoughts. Now this doesn't cut out the cupcake. You have to fussy cut it, but it does have dies. And by the way, this is the last week for the 10% extra 10% off dies and stamp set. So you are going to want to use that before it goes away because it's 20% off. Usually, for those of you who are new, if you buy a bundle like this with the dies and the stamp set, it's 10% off. Now, through the end of June, yeah, you get the dies and this for 20% off. So it's a really good deal. And these are the pockets that go with it. I actually did a tutorial using these. And yeah, you just have to fussy cut the cupcake. And then I am going to use the Happy Birthday from this Just Saying Hey, because this Happy Birthday was a little bit too big for what I wanted it for. And then this is the Stylish Shapes, which I'm using for the little circle behind the cupcake. Alright, so that is it. Let's go ahead and stamp first. So I'm going to grab my pieces to stamp. I'm actually going to stamp 2 different ways for you because I want to show you a super easy way, because you can make a bunch of these for like party favors or anything like that. Yeah, it's a really cute one. You can make them really pretty quick. So we're using Memento because we are inking this up. So I'll show you the quick way first. So you just stamp that, and this has another piece right here. So I'm going to grab the Peach Pie ink, put that up a little bit so you can see. And you're just going to ink that up, and it is 2-step stamping. If you are new to stamping, that is 2-step stamping. And then what I did for the bottom of the cupcake, I just used crumb cake for that, and I quickly just colored that in with the light. And you can use your blends on this. I'm just going to use the Ohu because I love that you can use more than 2 colors. And then I just darken the bottom and underneath this cupcake. And that is it for that. I felt like I needed to really fix darken the ink on the color for the Peach Pie. But I got a little piece of something in there. It's bugging me. So now I'll have it all over my fingers. And yeah, so that's a quick and easy way to do it. Now let's stamp the one that I'm going to color. And yes, this mat is really handy for those of you who are new to stamping. This gives it an extra cushion on the photopolymer. You don't need it for the rubber stamps, but on the photopolymer you do. I'm going to zoom you in for this because I want you to be able to see the coloring. And if you don't care about the coloring and you just like the quick and easy way, just skip on through this part. All right, so we are going to use, for those of you, I know a few of you have gotten these Ohuhu markers, so I'm using Y4, YR170, YR070, E300, and E380, and E440. And those are the colors that I'm using for this. Now I always test my markers first on the side to see which one's is the lightest that I'm using first. I always use the lightest first. And I think this one's probably it. I'm using both the midtones and the regular ones. Nope, that's the darkest. I guess this first one's the lightest. So we're just going to color kind of in the same manner that we color these other ones. But I'm going to color it in more solid. So I'm just going to use this lighter one first. I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way, so I'm just going to go ahead and color this all. And then I'm going to use the other ones to highlight in. I just love these markers, y'all. I don't know. I know I talk about them a lot, but yeah, I really love these. Okay, then I'm just going to darken some areas. And you don't have to be fussy with this part. Just kind of look where you would think it would be highlighted, and then you can highlight that. I think this is the last color. This one's just a little bit darker. I just love coloring with these. I mean, you can see the dimension on this is so much more. So I'm just really learning how to do this as well. So I'm trying to figure out again which ones. This is my lightest. So I'm going to just color the lightest first. And let's see. That one's the darkest. So we'll go in with this one first. I always have to remember, because on the midtones it has the little blunt tip, and then it has the brush on this end, but on the regular markers, on the marker or the end that has the gray is the brush tip. So that's why you see me checking them, because I don't want to mess it up. Right, and then we're going to go in with the darkest and go under here and go along the side and along the bottom. All right, I'm going to go back to that light one. And I'm just going to blend this in a little bit better. And if you have a color remover, I'm going to grab the blends one because I can't find the Ohuhu one. There is one in the Ohuhu as well. But you can like take away a little bit of your ink and lighten up a little bit of the area. And it just gives it a little bit more detail. All right, so that is it. So let me zoom you back out. So there is that one. Can you see the difference in this one and that? So it depends what you want to do. If you want to get fancy, or if you just want to do it really quick and easy. So I have to fussy cut this, so I'm going to do that, and I'll speed through it for you. Okay, so we have our cupcake ready. I don't know if you watch when I do this. I know it's in fast motion, but if you move the paper when you're cutting, if you move the paper, especially on like little areas like this, it's going to help you instead of moving your scissors. It makes fussy cutting so much easier. And if you're going to do it, you can do these on your scan and cut as well if you're going to do a bunch. All right, let's stamp the sentiment. And we'll be ready, have that all ready to go. So we're just doing this little happy birthday. I'll end up cutting this. And we're just going to cut this small because this box is not real wide. So we want to just and that is it. All our pieces are ready. Now let's get our box made. I think I'm going to zoom you out a little bit more. There, I think you can see it a little bit better. All right, so now we're going to score this. And you're going to score it on the 6.5 inch side at 1/2. At 1, at 3.5, and 4. And then you're going to turn it on the 8.5 inch side, and you're going to score it at 1/2, 1, 6, and 6.5. And that is all the cutting. Okay, so the top part is this part right here with the bigger side. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut here, cut these two pieces off, and then we are going to cut down on this, cut down on this one, and on this one. I'm going to cut these two pieces here off. And then we're going to cut this top part off here. And on this one. These are little ones are going to be like inside flaps. You don't even have to do these flaps if you don't want, but I don't like to see inside the box. I like the flaps and they hold up your lid a little bit easier. All right, and then on the bottom part we are cutting on, let me see here. Okay, we're going to keep this on this side, and then we're going to cut up here on this one. And I'm going to cut this one off here because that's our glue tab right there. Cut this one. And you're going to cut up here. You're going to cut this part off. Wait a minute, hang on a minute. No. We're going to do this a little bit different. You're actually cutting off this piece right here in between those two. So we're cutting this piece off here. I forgot I did this different because I want the front of the box to be like more clean looking. And then this one you can cut little things in. So that's what it's going to look like, just like that. It's really easy to do. All right, now what we're going to do is sharpen all these score marks. By the way, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. You can give it a thumbs up if you like it, and share with your friends because all those things really help my channel. And I really appreciate you. And thank you for everyone who's already doing all that. All right. Okay, so everything is scored here. Now what you're going to do is I'm going to use my corner rounder here. This is an old Stampin' Up one, but I still use it because I just love it. It's so handy. But you can use any corner rounder that you have. I did do the corners on that, but I'm not going to do that this time. I already cut those in. So let's flip this and put adhesive here. I'm going to use tear and tape. And you're going to put that all the way down here. I'm going to grab my paper piercer and take that backing off. And then we are going to line this up. Just like that. I always like stick my fingers in there. And this is where I was talking about why, oops, let me get that real straight here. Get that on there. There we go. And this is why I did the cutting the way I did, because I want this to go back so it's nice and clean on the front here. And then it folds like that and like that, and we're going to mat it. And for some reason, this looks bigger on the top. So yes, it is. How did I do that? These are the same size. Yep, they're the same size, but for some reason, this is bigger. Maybe I cut it smaller. I'm going to cut it shorter because it is supposed to be, let's see here, I think it was 1.5 inches. I changed it at the last minute, so I think I forgot to do it on my sheet. So I'm just going to mark that. And I'm going to cut it down to 2.5 inches with my trimmer. You can leave it 2 inches if you want, but I'm going to do it at 1.5. So I'm just cutting 1/2 inch off there. And then we'll round these corners again. I think maybe I just didn't change it on my sheet, but I'll double check that when I'm putting up the inspiration sheet. We're going to round the corners of this, and we're going to use some wet glue, and we're going to adhere that. I just like it shorter because it worked out really good. It's for where the cupcake is. And then we're going to just do this one too. I used 2 different patterns on this. I just thought it made it a little bit more interesting. And then we're just matting that. And we're going to grab our ribbon here. I love this ribbon. Y'all, this ribbon's so good. It's easy to tie, and it's really nice. We have it in all our in colors. So you can actually put a Velcro dot on this if you don't want to put a ribbon. That would even make it, you know, even easier and quicker. But I just love the ribbon on it. But see how nice it ties? That's why I didn't want to open my... So we're going to cut this. It's just really pretty. All right, now let's get our pieces here. We're going to adhere this on here. I'm going to pop that up with dimension. No, I'm not popping that. I'm popping up the sentiment. So we're just going to glue this one down on the box here. Isn't that cupcake pretty though? And then we're going to use 1 dimensional on the happy birthday. Put that back in its, and we'll put it right there. So there you go. Both colors, aren't they pretty? Whoop, I hope you can see all that. I don't know why my camera it seems like I'm having to work a little bit higher on my surface. I hope you got to see all that. All right, so there you go. I hope you all have a blessed day. Here's my host code for June. It's almost over. If you place an order, I'd appreciate you using the host code. It'll say on, when you order, it'll show host code. So just put the host code in it, and I would really appreciate it. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, everyone. Bye.